Hey there YouTube, this is Christy, Lambie-Poo, giving you my update for this week, and I'll post in the obviously in the title what weeks this is, but I just wanted to get this video done and get it out there. I promised it yesterday, so I wanted to get it done this morning as soon as possible. For the week though, I had a release of 4 pounds, so I'm really liking this. If you look at last week's video, I talked about a new biohack that I added to the Epi-Paleo prescription Leptin reset from jackkruse.com, and so that seems to be working real well. The hunger level is little to none. You know, it's just you get that empty stomach thing, but water makes it go away right away. I've had experiences on actual HCG, even injections, where when I knew it wasn't effective because the hunger was quite intense. So this is nothing like that, if at all. So these are homeopathic drops that I'm using for HA2CG is what it's called, and it's from Desiree Biologicals, Des Bio for short. And I've got links down below with the information on both that and the protocol that I'm using, which is an updated version of the HCG protocol by Dr. Simeons. So this new protocol is based on protein levels that are geared toward what your BMR is at the particular point in time. So you have to adjust that protein based on what your BMR is, and it includes a couple tablespoons of coconut oil as well, so you get that high octane fuel in there too. So and it seems to indicate very much so that the DHA is obviously quite a key, and that you can do, unlike the original Simeons protocol, that you can actually do a fattier fish. As long as I looked at the overall average, the fish that I have in the morning is a pink canned salmon, which rates pretty high. And the HCG 2.0 protocol talks about checking your ratio of protein to fats plus carbohydrates and keeping that ratio over 3. And the pink salmon is way up there, 11 something. And then the mackerel, I have the fattier fish for the second meal of the day, which is my dinner, and that is 1.8 something. So, you know, I'm well over 3 for the average protein to fat carbohydrate ratio for the day. So that particular thing seems to be working well for me. This is good or even better numbers than I was getting on the regular HCG protocol. So as promised, a lot of people on the Facebook group for HCG 2.0 and for also the YouTube videos that I've seen on HA2CG drops, which really doesn't have the whole HCG hormone molecule in it. And so I don't feel at least I don't seem to feel the hormone backlash that sometimes I've had in the past with injecting the actual hormone. So this is working quite well. And in next week's Sunday update, I'll give you the results of I've got it set up where every 2 weeks I do what's called in HCG land a reload, where you load up on low carb, high fat foods for a day, and the intent there is because I have such a long haul here to get this the weight off. I want to continue, and there's that's a controversial thing in HCG land, cycling, but a lot of people have done it in many different ways. And I have successfully cycled in the past, where I've done, say, 3 weeks on the low calorie days, and then 5 days on P3 or maintenance, and then cycled straight back into a next round. And the time I did that, I lost over 70 pounds in 6 to 7 months. So I was getting really good averages. For instance, the first round was about 20 pounds. Of course, you have to include subtract the loading weight from that. So the average was maybe 12 to 15 pounds, anywhere over 10. It was over 10 every month, considering that I was on the protocol for 3 weeks of the 4. It was coming off at 3 or 4 pounds a week. So I'm not a fast loser, but it's good. It's still good, and considering what I consider damage I've done to my metabolism by the raw food juice feasting and messing up my thyroid with that, I believe. I seem to be recovering well, and I owe that to the Epi-Paleo prescription. Let's finish up with the three-legged stool is what that's all about. It's water chemistry, photoelectric effect, of course circadian biology, and magnetism. And of course the cold thermogenesis protocol is the magnetism leg of the stool. Eating according to light cycles, and also having carbohydrates according to light cycles of the seasons, and getting fluoride-free water. So I use reverse osmosis from Walmart or Publix, or I use the spring water from either of those places, and I'm feeling great. So I babbled on there a little bit, but I want to try to explain more about what that biohack is, and I'll do that more and more as we go through this. And I'm loving the CT. I'm getting my temperatures. I start off about 46 degrees now, so that my skin temp, I don't know if it's all the fat on my body or what, but it seems to take a little bit more for me to get the skin temp down under 55. So I was always getting 56, 57 underneath the compression garments, but now that's finally 53 or so. And then the legs, the exposed parts are more like 51 degrees, so I'm happy that's kind of in the sweet spot for apoptosis, killing those fat cells and fat. So I hope everyone's having a great week, and we'll talk at you next time. Thanks.